9.5. Conversions among fractions, decimals, and percents. Your objective? To reinforce the use of a data table and to reinforce renaming fractions as percents using a calculator and renaming decimals as percents. So let's look at this mental math and reflexes again. Let's change these to a decimal and percent. So 55 hundredths again, 0.55 or 55%. 71 hundredths, 0.71 or 71%. 67 hundredths, 0.67 or 67%. 5 hundredths, so the 5 has to be in the hundredth spot, 0.05 or 5%. 5 tenths, look at that, that one's kind of tricky. 5 is half a 10, so 0.5 or 50%. 1/4, go back to our thinking of a fourth of a dollar, 0.25 or 25%. 2/20ths. Well, you know what? Here's a way to always be thinking of this. We always want 100%, correct? If we take any kind of a test. So let's try to look at this. How does 2 become 100? Well, times 5. Whatever I do to the denominator, I do to the numerator. So what is 2 times 5? 10. So what's our answer? 0.10 or 10%. This works again for the 25% if you're struggling with the other methods that we have already practiced. Think of it again as, I want 100. Well, how does 25 become 100? Times 4. What is 12 times 4? Well, I know that that's 48 hundredths, which is 0.48 or 48%. And 3 and 15 thirds, how many times does 3 go into 15? 5 complete times. So 5.0 or 500%. Alright, let's look at this. If you had 1/8 and you wanted to change it into a percent, how would you do it? Well, on your calculator, you would first write 3 divided by 8, hit your percent key, then the enter button, and you should see it's displayed as 37.5. 37.5, you should know, is 37.5%. So 3/8 written as a percent would be 37.5. Practice doing 1/8 and check your answer to make sure you come up with 12.5, and try it again with 5/8 and make sure you're coming up with 62.5. Completing the equivalent names for fraction table. So in your math journal, pages 342 and 343, you're going to need to have filled in the equivalent fractions and decimal columns of the table, and then you're going to fill in the percents column. So as you're looking at this is what it's speaking of. You needed to find equivalent fractions. Here they already did. 2/4, 3/6. You should have noticed, especially in the half one, that the top number is just half of the bottom. So you could have written 4/8, that's half. You could have written 5 out of 10 is half. 6 out of 12 is half, and I'm sorry for my writing, I don't do that very well with this. 7 out of 14 is half. Again, you need to write that as a decimal. Don't go out more than 3 places. So half would be written as 0. Now as you notice, 50 is the decimal, and it's 50%. Go ahead and do the rest on this page and then check your answers. The final one is going to be, sorry I'm not erasing there, is going to be looking at page 243. And notice these are a lot of different denominators. Okay, we got 9, 10 is pretty common, but 12 again is not common. Only fill in 5 equivalent fractions, and then do your decimal. Remember not to go out more than 3 places, and then figure out your percent. Go up to the math journal with the answer key and then correct your papers. If you have any difficulties whatsoever, come back to the table to myself and I will help you, to me. When you've completed that and checked it, I want you to go ahead and move forward, do your math boxes. Be sure to use your student reference books to first help you, and then if you're still struggling, come back and see me at the table. The final thing in 9.5 is to do the study link, renaming fractions as percents. They're giving you the information that you need to finish the percent of total marriages for the different countries, and then don't forget at the bottom to do the practice.